you everybody for being here. This is the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce's CEO Insight Series, and we started this during COVID, and we are so happy to be here today with Rich Green. And Rich is the Chief Operating Officer of Des Moines Orthopaedic Surgeon. They are incredible. You actually worked on my leg when I broke my leg, and so we want to welcome Rich here. And how are you today?
Doing great.
Yay.
Good to be here.
Yay. Well, tell us, Rich, about you and your leadership journey, and you're leading a fine organization, and tell us how you got there.
We are. Very exciting, very exciting. Very non-traditional journey, if you look at it. By trade and still by license, I'm a physical therapist, and started that way back in 1994, working with Des Moines Orthopaedic Surgeons in that realm, and had a couple of junctures in my career where I worked for Unity Point and then worked for Mercy, and learned a lot about different aspects of healthcare, from what it's like to be in a specialty to a primary care and then back to a specialty. And Des Moines Orthopaedic Surgeons brought me back in 2016 to help them start their physical therapy programs, which I did, and we opened 4 clinics in a little over a year or so. Did really well, had a great time doing that. And their former administrator stepped down, and they asked me to assume that role in, how long ago was that? 2017. It seems like a long time, but time goes very, very fast.
Oh yeah, no kidding. So the physical therapy part is just a year new then, it sounds like.
It is. We just started our physical therapy portion a little over a year ago. And one of the things that we want to do is provide access for all the patients that are in the community. And sometimes it's difficult to get into the surgeon, but it's easier to get into one of our other points of access, whether it be our urgent injury clinic, or our physical therapy clinics, or our interventional physiatry clinic. And as you know, with physical therapy, you spend a lot of time with your physical therapist versus your physician, and that's a very big point of emphasis for us, because we want to make sure we extend that culture beyond the care that our physicians do, which is wonderful, but then after that, we also want to make sure that the patients getting the most out of their opportunities. I think our PT clinics have done that, and our hand clinics as well, to a really high degree of success.
Well, I can attest to your staff. Amazing staff. So has COVID changed your business at all, or changed the amount of injuries, or?
Great question. And I don't know if it's changed our business as much as it's had us focus on the fact that orthopedics is really more of an elective specialty. About 25% is not elective. You break a bone, you need to be taken care of. But for a lot of things, you have a choice in where you go. And when there's a choice, it becomes more of a consumer-driven interaction. And that really plays into a lot of the things that, a lot of the emphasis we've had for the last 2 years on access, on customer experience, on what our culture looks like when somebody comes into our clinics, and ensuring that if you want to pick up the phone or visit and get care, you can do that through us today, which we have a couple points that you can do that. But that's one thing that COVID kind of highlighted for us. We, like everyone, you had that point from March through April when it was a lot of unknown, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of how do we respond to this. Our number one priority was to take care of our patients. Number 2 is to take care of our people and keep both of them safe and protected. We were able to do that and keep everyone on board. We noticed an uptick in May, and really by the end of the late spring, midsummer, we were back to probably 80%.
Okay.
We still see a little bit of an issue, and the big part about COVID are the precautions you take. Do you clean? Do you take temperatures? Things like that. And we just enhanced that. We always did those things. We always clean rooms, and we did that. But now you really take that to the next level. And we do screening, and we create a safe environment. We try to put that messaging out that this is a safe place to be. And I think we've hit that mark, judging by our numbers. But there are certainly a number of folks, and rightly so, that still have hesitancy to come out. And all we can do is what we do, and that's make sure that when they do need to come see us, that we provide safety for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me a little bit about, Des Moines Orthopaedic Surgeon has an amazing reputation, and how have you built that reputation over the years? And
well,
it's something that takes years to build, and How have you done that?
It's definitely something that I built, for sure. That's something that I inherited and we cherish and you protect. It was founded in 1955 by John Kelly and one other physician, and grew to about 16 surgeons in the early 90s or so. And they built our current West Des Moines office at 60th and Westtown. It was our office, the Blue Dome R2D2 building across the street, and that was about it. A lot of farm fields at that point. And now it's quite a journey in what that's looked like in its expansion. Really, the center of that is the culture, and the culture is what's best for the patient. It sounds trite and it sounds cute, but truly, I have seen surgeons get upset the most when the patient's affected. When their billing's not right, when they have to wait, when we miss an appointment, which tells you something about our guys.
Yeah.
And they really do go the nth degree to help their patients out. And that's been the way it's been since 1955, so I want to keep that going.
And that's that culture, again, it goes back to that culture, and your doctors really care deeply, it sounds like.
They do,
so,
they do, absolutely.
Yeah, that's huge. So is telemedicine part of your business? I mean, healthcare is talking a lot about telemedicine now.
Really good point. We did telemedicine in those early points when patients couldn't get in, but we still needed to get in touch with them, get a hold of them. And some of our physical therapists still do some telemedicine. We haven't found a great need for it now because patients are back in the clinic and we're back to doing surgeries and we're doing those things. What we're working on the backside is telemedicine through our urgent injury clinics. So if you're at home and wondering if you need to come in, can I set up a telemedicine appointment, have someone talk to you and say, oh yeah, you probably do need to come in, or no you don't, and then it almost gives you that excuse or safety saying, yeah, I do need to get out and go.
Yeah.
Get this taken care of.
My daughter stubbed her toe really bad. She thinks she broke her toe the other day, and telemedicine would have been a perfect,
Absolutely.
perfect application for something like that. Should I go in? Should I not? Absolutely.
And it's tough in orthopedics because orthopedics is hands-on. It's somewhat difficult, but we have found ways. Many organizations have been successful doing that across the country, and that's certainly something that we look at in the back of our mind.
So what do you see for Des Moines orthopedic surgeon in the next 5 years? What, maybe 5 to 10 years, looking forward? Good question,
really good question. I think the biggest thing we have, again, is this access point that we talk about. Being able to provide access, and then a consumer-centric experience. One where a patient can get onto their phone and they can look up their doctor and they can answer some questions and make an appointment. One where they can get questions answered via telemedicine in that manner. One where they can get everything taken care of digitally instead of the old-fashioned way. So with that, expansion is always something we look at. I think like any business, COVID has affected us all and put kind of a pause on the expansion part. So we'll see where that goes, but certainly I think access is going to be critical in the next 5 to 10 years.
Nice. So you've lived in the area for a while, it sounds like. Okay, so switching a little bit to the personal side of Rich, what are some of your favorite things about West Des Moines? What keeps you here? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I started at Bennett Grand Woods Apartments in 1990 when I got into Des Moines University.
Oh, that's great.
Lived there, and it was funny because the trip from Bennett Grand Woods Apartment to DMU, which was the University of Osteopathic Medicine and Science, was about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? Well, I came from Memphis, and you have to go 30 minutes to go anywhere in Memphis. So when I got to school, my other classmates were like, wow, you live way out there. And I'm thinking, 15 minutes is not way out there. But yeah, it's just amazing the growth that you've seen, the places I used to run from that apartment now, and things that are out there that weren't there before. Just amazing. The growth in West Des Moines is amazing. It's very, we recruit a lot of younger physicians with younger families, so that 28 to 32-year-old age range with younger children, so they're looking at schools and churches and opportunities and things to do, and it checks all the boxes. It's not that difficult to recruit. It really isn't.
I love that. Maybe that should be our new tagline. West Des Moines checks all the boxes.
Well, there you go. There you go.
That's great.
Set one up for you.
That's awesome. Well, you know, Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeon is again, it's a great place. You're right there in kind of our medical area where we have, you know, all one-stop shopping, I think, for, you know, all your medical needs right there, which is amazing. Our West Des Moines master plan is incredible, the way that our leaders, our city leaders have planned this community, so there's some amazing things to come in the future. So tell us a little bit about your family, perhaps.
My wife, who I've been lucky enough to be married to for 27 years, is also a physical therapist.
Oh,
She
congrats.
does women's health at Mercy. Has been doing that for a very long time, and I have two wonderful children who are a junior and freshman at Iowa State. One is a mechanical engineer. Looking for an internship, so if anybody has an internship,
Okay.
let me know.
There you go.
Plug for
You're
that,
right here
right?
first.
And then my daughter's in pre-law at
Oh.
Iowa State, so
Ooh.
empty nesting's a little different.
Oh,
Yeah, just
oh
started a
my
while ago,
gosh.
so.
Wow, so they are at school then right now.
They're at school right now, and we've been lucky enough to keep them there.
Yeah.
Not like we don't want them at home, but after that many months at home, it's time for them.
Yeah,
to go.
well, that's, you know, being at school is just a great experience, so
Absolutely.
so that's fabulous. Well, go Clones. So it's so nice to connect with you today and talk with you, Rich, and thank you so much for being here, our CEO Inside series, and we hope you watch a few future episodes, so take care.